So I wanted to talk about gripes I have with Bloodborne, as well as things that I love about it. Right? I don't like that you cannot bind buttons. I'm used to square for dodging from Assassin's Creed and I believe God of War. I think, if I recall correctly. And so I've accidentally used items like in Demon's Souls. I've accidentally used Moongrass when really I'm trying to dodge. So circle for dodge is a new one for me. That's something I have to get used to. I don't think it's new to me, but right now I'm not used to that. So I'm all right now. Sometimes I still accidentally will use a blood vial if I want to transform my weapon because of the triangle function in Demon's Souls. I quit Demon's Souls a few hours in because it is, in my mind, it is a very disrespectful game towards its players, and I do not like the way the game presents its content, and I just really cannot bring myself to stick with Demon Souls, so I quit it after a few hours. But this, I was hooked on this, in the first, like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. I don't like the fact that you can't bind buttons, but it's not a deal breaker. And then the motion gesture system, the motion sensor gesture system is it's cool because it's seamless. You don't have to use the menu, but it activates at times I don't want it to. Maybe if I'm looting mid-fight or something to get a blood vial, or because I'm running past enemies and I want to loot something, or I'm trying to want to run away from a big enemy, but I want to loot a small enemy, so on and so forth. I don't like that you cannot disable it. That genuinely infuriates me because it is something that can get you killed numerous times if you're not careful. Right, so I have to develop the habit of being very careful with X, which I should not have to develop that habit. You should just be able to turn it off. It is absolutely ridiculous that you cannot turn that function off, and it is incredibly disrespectful towards the player base that you can afford to come up with a multi-million-dollar game, but you cannot give them the option to disable a non-essential feature within the game. Okay, enough about the rant. You know, it's whatever, not a game breaker, just a gripe. But I love the game. It pulls me in. I'm going to keep playing. In future, I will play on PC using a controller that does not have motion sensor, but I will play through it on my PS5 this once, I suppose. I actually ordered the Dark Souls Remastered Trilogy for my PS4, and I'm going to use it on my PS5. It's supposed to come tomorrow, so I'm really excited for that, though I will be playing this through first, and I really enjoy it. The way the weapons transform, right? I don't love the way the hammer looks on my back, but I've simply accepted the goofy nature of things like that in these games, and I still love the cart camera, even though it is kind of silly sometimes, but that's okay. I quite like the firearms, right? Though at first they're quite weak, but once you upgrade a little bit, they're a lot better, and the game gets a lot better. The more you play, the game is getting even better, right? That wasn't a good way to word that. Sorry, my brain is quite backwards today. But I love the game, and I intend to put a lot more captures up, and I look forward to playing really the rest of the franchise as well. Sekiro, Elden Ring, all three of the Dark Souls games. I know people speak lowly of Dark Souls 2 a lot, though I'm getting the remastered versions, not the originals, so I'm excited to see if I will enjoy them. I'm sure I will, because they don't have those problems with Demon's Souls that I absolutely hated. They caused me to quit Demon's Souls. I just can't stand some of the things in Demon's Souls. I really just cannot abide by the way Demon's Souls is, so I simply quit it a few hours in. But this, I love. I've just been grinding, Yarnum. Spending time upgrading before I actually progress, and that's what I would suggest anyone does, really. I'm not super familiar with these games, but I know you need to spend time to make sure you're comfortable in an area and you can comfortably make your way through. what you have ahead of you before you try to make it through it. I like to upgrade and be confident in my ability before I'm moving forward. So, and I like that you can, just keep doing that. You can just go to Yarnum and just grind over and over and over again, just like in any Souls game. You just keep grinding your area over and over again, right? And I'm excited to see what these other headstones are like. I'm excited to see what the heck these all lead to. I'm very interested in these. And I'm very interested to see what more armor unlocks later, more weapons, firearms, things like that. I'm really excited for the entire series, right? The franchise, and perhaps the next Souls game they come out with next. I don't know what it'll be. Who knows? But though I don't read up on that much. But I love the game, and I mean, the 30 FPS sounds crazy, but you really don't notice it. And I'm used to low FPS in video games, so this is literally not a problem. The 30 FPS is not a problem at all to me. This is perfectly fine. Like, I have zero issue. I thought I would be a little bit like grossed out by it, but I'm really not, and I'm having a great time. I feel like stuff I do works, whereas in Demon's Souls just made me feel like I was climbing a hill, and never ever making it to the top. This game makes me feel like I'm making progress, right? That is the difference with this game. That is why I'm sticking with this game, because I'm actually having fun with it. So, yeah, there won't be many of you, well, there'll be none of you watching right now, but, at the time of upload, of course, because I literally have no viewers. But to those of you who are watching later, or maybe those of you who are soon watching, if any of this blows up, thank you. And I hope you enjoy my captures. And those of you who want to see something else, or maybe something more particular about Bloodborne or whatever I'm playing, just, drop a comment, whatever. I play other games, plenty of other RPGs, like Assassin's Creed, Odyssey, Origins. I'm interested in going to Valhalla later on after I finish Odyssey for the second time, doing all the DLCs and everything. And because I hadn't before. And I'm really excited to just make more content in future and make this a consistent thing in my life, and reap benefits of creating content. I mean, it's true. I want to create content because I want to reap benefits of it, and I want a career that I really enjoy. I used to work retail, and I'm going back soon-ish, but it killed me. Over a year I spent really wore me down, and more now than ever, I really know very well that I want a career that I'm happy with, and a career that I'm not miserable working with every day, So I look forward to making content of every Souls game I play, and many other games I play, as well as other kinds of content too. I have several hobbies, not just this, so I'd like to make other content in the future. But for now, I'll be sticking with this because this is very convenient. Linking YouTube to your PS5 makes recording and uploading a breeze, and then you can make it to where the mic off your headset, like mine, my Logitech headset, you can make it to where your mic audio is included or not, which is very nice. I like that feature. I adore it. Okay, it's super easy. You literally just press one button on the controller, tap a button, and you're good. So I've just been, grinding and getting captures, and I really look forward to more of this in the future. I've dragged this on long enough, I suppose, and this is quite more than just a Bloodborne gripes video. A little bit about myself, I guess, and but another thing I want to mention, I do have Tourette's, so occasionally you might hear something odd, but really that's just my Tourette's. That's me ticking. Um, and well, like that. I know it sounds like a voice crack, but that's actually intentional on my part. That's a tick I've had for I don't know how long, but so expect oddities in the commentary. Okay, there will be some. I swear, I'm not tweaking. I got Tourette's, man. So, yeah, I guess that's about it. I've dragged this on long enough, haven't I? Well, y'all have a good night.